In this final unit, we will talk about aging and death, which is the final development phases of human life. Due to increases in life expectancy, population aging is an important topic to study. Psychologists are particularly interested in understanding what factors contribute to a rewarding older life and what can increase health and longevity. Think about what do you think you will need to be happy at age 20. Different theories describe how different factors interact and influence aging across time. Life course theories focuses more on the interpersonal one. That is, the relationship between two or more people. And lifespan theories focuses more on intrapersonal factors, that is, between you and yourself. Life course theory focuses on how we interact with others or the social environment and building our own history. It highlights the effects of social expectations and the timing of certain life events and social roles, like whether we have gone through parenthood or retirement. It also considers the lifelong effects of membership in cohorts or subgroups, like race, gender, different socioeconomic status, and whether we have been experiencing different life events like war, revolution, or nature disasters. The theory suggests that each life stage will influence our next life stage. Moving on to lifespan theories, it complements to life course theories but have a greater emphasis on the self, such as the aging brain. It is more interested in the level and rate of change within our own individual self. This slide shows changes in cognitive abilities as we age. It is important to note that though cognitive abilities decline overall, not all aspects will decrease. For example, crystallized intelligence can be increased, so this aspect requires the accumulation of experience and knowledge of facts. But on the other hand, fluid intelligence, referring to information processing ability, logical reasoning, spatial ability, and reaction time may decrease as we age. Here is a comparison of two types of intelligence. Fluid intelligence is the information processing abilities, like logical reasoning. In contrast, crystallized intelligence is the wisdom that encompasses abilities to draw upon previous experiences. Putting the two types of intelligence in context, older adults may become more experienced drivers, but they can become dangerous drivers due to cognitive and physical decline. So this is the reason why they require a health examination and cognitive testing to test cognitive ability towards time and space, and thinking and also short-term memory to ensure that they are able to drive safely. For changes in personality, people generally think that personality doesn't change across the lifespan. Longitudinal studies found that some personality do change across adulthood. For example, neuroticism, the tendency toward negative feelings, and openness to experience may decline with age. We will cover more about personality in the personality lecture. As people age, there will be changes in self-related processes. Engaging in autobiographical narratives and self-descriptions has been found to be adaptive and can increase the amount of positive meanings they have in life. Life course psychologists are interested in finding out how one's evaluation of their own age, the subjective age, relates to their actual physical age. We are also interested in understanding one's age identity and how satisfied older adults are with their aging process, and what aspects can contribute to a positive self-perception of aging. So current research suggests that positive self-perception of aging requires feeling younger and also having a positive age identity. In order to have successful aging, the convoy model of social relationship suggests that the frequency, type, and reciprocity of exchange and social support is important. And here they suggest that the perception of the availability of support is more important than the quantity of the support being received. So when measuring levels of social isolation, psychologists tend to assess two dimensions: the subjective assessment of loneliness and then the objective absence of social networks. In another theoretical framework, the socio-emotional selectivity theory, they suggest that older adults will have smaller supportive networks because they will prioritize time spent with close significant others. When examining the impact of marriage on aging, researchers found that married individuals who receive positive support can report better health. But there are also dark sides associated with marriage. For example, divorce, physical abuse, or the relationship may be strained if one partner needs to act as the primary caregiver. Aging is not an easy process. There are quite a lot of emotional challenges, like losing loved ones and decline in health. When we want to assess well-being across the lifespan, we tend to assess three different dimensions. The first one is global subjective well-being. This is to understand the overall perception of one's life. And for hedonic well-being, this refers to measuring the emotional component of well-being, like positive and negative emotions. Finally, for psychological well-being, we aim to evaluate the positive aspects of psychosocial development, as opposed to factors of ill-being. Now, let's spend some time on longevity. It's quite interesting to find out that environmental and behavioral factors account for more variance than genes and longevity. So to have a successful aging experiences, it's important that we not only maintain health through physical exercise and mental exercises, but also we are active in engagement in social and productive activities, so we live a meaningful and healthy life. Finally, death and dying marks the endpoint of our lifespan. It's a very unpopular research topic. Kubler-Ross created a 5-stage model of grief. Kubler-Ross originally proposed that the grief cycle occurs in 5 steps, one followed by each other: denial, anger, depression, bargaining, and then acceptance. You may wish to understand the definition of each step by looking at the description, but here I would like to point out that in recent years, researchers have pointed out that the grieving process shouldn't be linear, but rather scrambled like this.